Beautiful. I'm fine now. Yeah, but you don't do that.
Hi,
What are you doing now?
I'm getting ready to have a baby.
All right, how you feel?
Very numb,
Very
like I'm
nice.
sprawled out, like a biology project.
Like a biology project?
She didn't just break records, she detonated barriers. The first ever female rapper to hit platinum, Brat crashed into hip-hop like a Category 5 hurricane. Oversized jeans, tight braids, and a don't-care swagger the industry couldn't brace for. She wasn't here to blend in. She came to rewrite the entire playbook. But just when her star burned at its brightest, it dimmed behind cold prison walls. The question on everyone's lips: what happened? Was it one explosive, violent slip, or the boiling over of years of buried rage? Behind the flashbulbs and fearless grin lived a version of her saga fans could never picture. This wasn't about charts or fame. It was about identity crises, old scars, and a sisterhood ripped apart by jealousy and betrayal. Her tumble wasn't tabloid fodder. It was heartbreak in real time. And when the judge dropped the gavel, the tremors rattled the music world. Born Shantae Harris in Chicago's restless core, Brat straddled two clashing realities. Her parents never tied the knot, and stability was a luxury she never knew. Yet in that turbulence, music became her refuge. It sparked in the Pentecostal church, where she belted hymns in the choir, hammered drums, and caressed piano keys like she was summoning fire from heaven. There, she unlocked the rhythm that would crown her later. By 11, she was spitting rhymes not for fun, but because destiny demanded it. Through school, she piled on the grind, mastering instruments and sharpening bars into blades. But as her skills hit new heights, the storm inside her roared even louder. Her passion for music wasn't a pastime, it was oxygen. Brat worshipped Michael Jackson so fiercely, she inked his face permanently on her right calf, a living shrine she proudly flaunted for the world. His songs weren't just background noise. They scored her entire childhood and sparked her artistic wildfire. Then came 1992, the year fate clocked in. She stepped into a gritty Chicago amateur rap contest hosted by the iconic Yo! MTV Raps. Winning meant meeting rising rap duo Criss Cross, but what followed wasn't luck. It was destiny punching the gas. Criss Cross couldn't believe her raw, unpolished fire and swore to connect her with hitmaker Jermaine Dupri. Their fateful introduction, caught on camera during an Oprah Winfrey taping, became the hinge moment of her career. Within weeks, Jermaine flew her to Atlanta, signed her to his So Def empire, and catapulted her from hometown hero to hip-hop's next crowned queen. By June 1994, her debut album Functified detonated onto the scene, not just selling big, but smashing its way to platinum, the first female solo rapper to ever claim that throne. The title track dominated the rap charts at #1 and slid into Billboard Hot 100's top 10. Follow-ups like F.A. All Y'all and Give It To You kept her grip on the game iron tight. By 1996, her sophomore drop Another Tantrum proved what everyone suspected. Brat wasn't a one-hit comet. She was building a hip-hop dynasty. Bangers like Sittin' on Top of the World and Ghetto Love, featuring T-Boz from TLC, kept her spotlight blazing. But as her solo drop slowed, Brat didn't vanish. She became rap's secret weapon, the feature queen every chart topper wanted. From Criss Cross to Brandy, Destiny's Child, Missy Elliott, and most famously Mariah Carey, her unmistakable flow was everywhere, demanding attention. Her bond with Mariah Carey went deeper than collabs. It was an unlikely, ride-or-die friendship sparked in 1996 while remixing Mariah's mega-hit Always Be My Baby. One late-night studio session turned into a connection that thrived on and off the mic, mixing personal trust with pure creative magic. As the 2000s arrived, Brat charged into a fearless new era. Her third album, Unrestricted, landed in 2000 with bangers like What You Like featuring Tyrese, and That's What I'm Looking For. While it didn't match the platinum heights of her debut, it was a bold rebrand. Out went the baggy jeans, in came sleek, curve-hugging fits and high glam hair. Brat wasn't just changing her style, She was breaking every box the industry tried to shove her into. Her career thrived not just on hits, but on her fearless, zero-filter attitude. She didn't just make music, she lived it, breathed it, and wore it like armor. In her lyrics, in her bold style, and especially in interviews, Brat refused to play nice. As Billboard's Erica Ramirez put it in 2014, she was notorious and successful at staying true to her creativity. That raw edge showed when she bared her soul to longtime producer Jermaine Dupri, revealing, "Music. All I had was a portable CD player, no studio vibe, no booming beats, no quality headphones." Prison, for all its darkness, became a strange kind of reset button. As Billboard's Erica Ramirez pointed out, even while locked in battle with her own legal chaos, Brat kept stretching her artistry, facing her mistakes head-on and reclaiming her voice. That relentless fight is the heartbeat of her legacy. The moment she stepped out, she came swinging. She launched Brat Chronicles in transition, a raw, no-filter YouTube series showing fans every twist of her post-prison rebirth. Then came her mixtape, Life After Death, a bold statement that her story wasn't done. It was just getting louder. Her return wasn't just a comeback, it was a takeover. But Brat had bigger ambitions than staying in one lane. She'd been quietly stacking acting credits for years, from the magical chaos of Chasm with Shaquille O'Neal in '96 to sharing the screen with Mariah Carey in Glitter, 2001, to a recurring spot on Fox's hit drama Empire. By 2015, her voice ruled Atlanta radio as co-host of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Afternoons? She was in front of the camera again, bringing the heat on the hit syndicated show Dish Nation. And in 2017, she jumped into reality TV with Growing Up Hip Hop, Atlanta, not just starring, but pulling strings as an executive producer. After an unbelievable 15-year solo silence, 2018 roared in with the return, a title dripping with meaning, signaling her hard-fought climb back to the spotlight. But behind the flashing lights and chart love, Brat was carrying a secret weight, the brutal reality of homophobia ripping through the music industry. For years, she locked her truth away, painfully aware of the suffocating expectations placed on women in rap. As she confessed on Hollywood True Stories, authenticity came with a heavy price, especially in an industry terrified of the real Brat. In hip-hop's cutthroat arena, female rappers weren't just judged on bars, they were expected to look like perfection while spitting them. The double standard was blatant. Icons like Biggie or Heavy D never had to play that game. But for a black woman in rap, being openly gay could be career suicide. Everything changed when Jessica Judy Depart walked into her life. For the first time, she found safety, a space to drop the armor and breathe. "I met someone who made me fearless," she admitted on Daily Blast Live. After years of building walls, Jessica tore them down brick by brick. And when Brat came out, it wasn't a whisper, it was a rooftop scream. In a raw, tear-filled video, she laid her heart bare. "I have never felt this before. I want to live in this dream forever." That dream transformed into a forever promise in 2022, when the couple locked in their love with a deeply emotional wedding. "Everything about her made me want her forever," Brat told People. They picked a date heavy with symbolism. February 22nd, 22, a nod to their twin flames, bond, and spiritual unity. But this love story had another twist. Just a year later, Brat broke the internet with pure joy. She was going to be a mom. At 48, she proudly showed off her baby bump, captioning it, "Blessings all 2023. What started as a wedding day joke, 'Do we even want kids? We better hurry,' became a beautiful truth." Their romance didn't explode in fireworks. It crept in quietly, built on awkward laughs, shy glances, and even hiding behind furniture. They first crossed paths in 2017 at a hair care event in Atlanta promoting Jessica's Miracle Drops, and Brat was far from smooth. "I was nervous and scared," she admitted on Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. The spark? Not instant. Jessica confirmed it wasn't love at first sight. They traded numbers, but mixed signals followed. Jessica thought it was casual, Brat thought business. The result? Brat ghosted her for months. When they reconnected, it was slow and private, a friendship quietly blooming into more. In public, they couldn't even touch hands. Brat was still guarding her truth. Their love stayed underground, a careful dance of being together while unseen. Then the curtain rose. 2 years after going public, Brat and Jessica sealed it with a magical March 2022 wedding. The moment was raw and cinematic. The first look, Brat told Entertainment Tonight, her voice breaking. Judy walked in wearing a white carriage and I spun around, gasping. "Oh my God, you look so beautiful." Judy, swept up in the moment, laughed while thinking, "We're actually getting married right now." After the vows, fans saw a softer side of Brat, the one Jessica had always cherished. "She's the most nurturing soul I've ever met," Jessica confessed on the Tamron Hall show, her voice trembling as she spoke of her dream to see Brat as a mother. The road wasn't smooth. Conceiving tested them with setbacks, but each hurdle only fueled their bond. Jessica summed it up. "Anything I can give her in this lifetime, I will." Long before Jessica, Brat's heart had belonged to another, NBA icon Allen Iverson. Back in the 90s, as Iverson dominated with the Philadelphia 76ers, their romance thrived in secrecy, hidden despite Brat's chart-topping success. "I was very domestic," she revealed in a rare 2020 interview on Speak On It with Candy Burris. "I'd wake up, pick his outfits, cook breakfast, anything to keep him happy. And he spoiled me, too." But the fantasy didn't last. The bliss collapsed when Brat learned she wasn't the only woman in Iverson's life. The betrayal cut deep, with unspoken truths tearing them apart, a painful chapter that left scars and lessons etched into her story forever. Brat's romance with Allen Iverson was anything but simple, a fiery love tangled in betrayal and unspoken truths. For a while, things were golden, but the cracks showed fast, thanks to too many bees, as she bluntly put it. One unforgettable moment sealed her decision. A nearly naked woman walked right up to them in a hotel lobby, and for Brat, that was it. "I just had to pull back," she recalled. Slowly, the spark died. Iverson later married his high school sweetheart, Tona Turner, but their marriage was turbulent. By 2012, divorce papers were flying, with Turner demanding a full roll call of every woman Iverson had been with. Shockingly, by 2023, they patched things up, with Turner now managing his career. But tucked behind their story was another truth, Brat's bisexuality. When asked if Iverson knew, she shrugged. "I think he knew, but we never talked about it. I met his whole family. We just didn't go there." Eventually, she moved on, heart, mind, and public image. In 2020, Brat made a daring leap. She came out on Instagram, not just for herself, but for the woman who owned her heart, Jessica Depart. "When you're with somebody, you've got to meet in the middle," she told Variety. Her middle ground? Simply saying, "She's the one." The reaction was a tidal wave of love. Shocking her after years of thinking privacy was her safest armor, especially in an industry that often punished queer Black women for living out loud. But with Jessica, Brat refused to stay in the shadows. "I wish I had come out sooner," she admitted. Still, she knew the chaos that comes when too many people have opinions on your life. Through heartbreak, secrecy, and missteps, it all led her here, into a fearless new era where love and truth finally reign. Brat's connection with Mariah Carey has always gone way beyond the studio. It's a sisterhood built on music, trust, and surviving the storm together. She still remembers the exact second it all began. Speaking to Variety, Brat called it one of the most monumental moments of her life. A die-hard Mariah fan since forever, she could hardly believe she was about to work with her ultimate idol. The collab birthed iconic remixes like Always Be My Baby and Heartbreaker, and even landed them side by side in Mariah's cult classic movie Glitter. But behind the glitz was a friendship powered by pure chemistry. "We're both Aries, and we're both eternally 12, Brat laughed, summing up their goofy, ride-or-die energy. Soon, she was inside Mariah's trusted inner circle, right there through some of the diva's darkest days. One story sealed their bond forever, a late-night Burger King run that turned into straight-up chaos. While cutting the Always Be My Baby remix at Mariah's house, the two decided to sneak out for fries and Whoppers. Sounds harmless, except Mariah wasn't even allowed to leave the property alone. On the Ricky Smiley morning show, Brat spilled the tea, security freaked out, guns drawn, while Jermaine Dupri blew up her phone, begging them to get back. When they finally walked in, Mariah was swept away and didn't resurface for almost an hour. Mariah later spilled the details in her memoir The Meaning of Mariah Carey, remembering how Brat looked her dead in the eye and warned, "You need to get out of there." It wasn't just advice, it was a reality check. Brat had seen it up close. Mariah was living like a gilded prisoner. Years later, Brat told the Ricky Smiley morning show exactly how extreme the control was under then-husband Tommy Mottola. "She was like a princess trapped in a castle," Brat revealed. Every laugh, every chat, every single move was tracked. Mariah even had to whisper to her because cameras and mics lurked in every corner. Speaking to Variety, Brat admitted the cold truth of Mariah's lockdown life shook her to the core, but it also locked in her loyalty. "That's why when Mariah finally broke free, I couldn't have been prouder," she said. "She runs the empire now. She earned every crown jewel, and she didn't win them alone." From secret escapes to hit remixes, Brat stayed by her side through it all, a ride-or-die friendship forged not just in the booth, but in the fire. The complicated relationship between Brat and her sister LisaRaye McCoy. Brat's whirlwind love story with Jessica Judy didn't spark in some cliché rom-com way. It lit up thanks to an unexpected matchmaker, her own sister, actress LisaRaye McCoy. Before Brat and Judy even vibed, Judy already had a connection with LisaRaye. She and I were shooting videos for her Kaleidoscope hair products because she was actually a fan, LisaRaye told Madame Noir in 2020. That link opened the door for Brat and Judy to meet, and what started as casual turned into a full-blown love storm. But while Brat's romance bloomed, her sisterly bond with LisaRaye started cracking. Things exploded publicly in September 2020 on Cocktails with Queens. The hosts thought they'd plan the perfect birthday surprise for LisaRaye by bringing Brat on, but instead of happy tears, viewers got raw, messy emotions. LisaRaye admitted she hadn't spoken to Brat in ages and was blindsided by news of her relationship through blogs. "I just didn't want to hear it from the blogs," LisaRaye said, voice breaking. "I'm hurt. That's what I am." A reunion in April 2021 for Brat's birthday hinted at peace, but by February 2022, the tension was back. LisaRaye found out through social media that Brat and Judy were planning to grow their family. On It's Tricky with Raquel Harper, she vented her frustration, feeling iced out. This time, Brat was the one stung. On Brat Loves Judy, she pushed back, "I feel like we should handle our personal stuff amongst each other." Cue another awkward clash, now between LisaRaye and Judy. On the show, Judy confronted LisaRaye about how her words hurt Brat, but LisaRaye doubled down, even tossing some blame Judy's way. Still, Brat refused to pick sides, trying to protect her marriage while salvaging her sisterhood. And just when it felt like the whole thing might shatter, LisaRaye extended an emotional olive branch. Before Brat and Judy's February 2022 wedding, LisaRaye gifted them a custom plaque engraved with grace. "Our start over is a real start over for me," she said. Judy called it a turning point. "I think it's a great start in moving forward into having a great relationship." On the wedding day, LisaRaye stood as a bridesmaid, and Brat posted a heartfelt Instagram tribute. "My sister's keeper. I love you, Pizzy, and I appreciate you being all you are and have been to me my whole life." By February 2023, Brat and Judy announced they were expecting. When old clips of LisaRaye's frustrations resurfaced, sparking fresh gossip, Judy shut it down as outdated nonsense. Through fame, family feuds, and red carpet makeups, Brat's saga is a masterclass in resilience. From being silenced in love to standing proudly with her wife, and from public sisterly rifts to tearful reconciliations, her story proves she's more than just a rapper. She's living proof that survival can still look fabulous.